Hello, I'm Jay, owner of Volunteer Audio in Oliver Springs, Tennessee, and today we're working on this beautiful 2015 Road Glide Limited CVO. Like most of the CVO owners, Marvin brought us this bike because when he bought it, he thought it sounded pretty good at the dealership, but going down the road, it wasn't loud enough. Now he returned to the dealer and he had them do their upgrade. They added the 5¼ inch boom audio speakers in the lowers, which did absolutely no good. It was just more money spent and wasted. Now we did Marvin's 22 model Road Glide Limited and did a huge Hertz upgrade on it. And after riding it and listening to it, he had to bring this one back because the CVO no longer sounded anywhere near. It was even worse than he thought because now he's experienced an awesome audio system. So we did a Hertz upgrade on his other bike. We're going to do it to this one, but we're also going to do some other things that really bring it into the future. We're going to get rid of this terrible looking GT radio. It's faded, it's dating the bike. It doesn't look good, but it doesn't operate well either. Bluetooth takes forever to connect. The navigation no longer can be updated. It'll get you lost. And we're going to put the Soundstream HDHU.14Si in it. That radio looks like that 19 or newer GTS radio. So his bike's going to look so much better, but his radio is going to function better too. 13-band EQ, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, much faster Bluetooth connection, and a great source to build a system around. So on top of that, we're going to take that factory Boom 1 amplifier that's in the fairing of this bike. We're going to put a Hertz SP4.900 in its place. So we're going to put a huge amp. Factory amp was 300 watts. We're putting 1000 RMS, 2000 watt peak amp in its place. That will power all 6 speakers. So we no longer need an amp in the rear bag doing the lowers. We're also going to replace all the grills. They're about 8 years old. They're very dated as well. The Tour Pack grills look really bad. The front speakers are faded as far as the grills there. So it's going to get all new Hertz grills, and it's going to get the correct size lowers. No longer will we have a 5¼ We'll have the SV165 6.5 series in beautiful gloss black liquid cooled lower adapters. This bike's going to turn out awesome. It's going to sound as good as it looks, and we're excited to do it. So hang out and watch the rest of the video. I'll show you exactly what we're putting in, highlights of the install, and we'll be listening to it in just a few minutes. Let's go into a little bit more detail what you're going to get when you buy your plug-and-play package from Volunteer Audio. In this case, for the Boom 1 CVO, it's going to have absolutely everything you need to complete your install. We're going to start at the front with really good-looking Hertz front grills. It's going to take those dated, faded grills out. It's going to get new ones. And behind that, we're going to have the Hertz SX165Neo. So a true 6.5 with an awesome tweeter in it. It's loud, it's clear. It'll handle the power of our bigger new amp. In the lowers, we're going to move to the SV165Neo. This speaker is going to be a mid-range / mid-bass. It's going to play pretty low, but it's not going to add additional treble, so we're going to have a more full-sounding system. To do that, we're also going to put these beautiful liquid-cooled lower adapters. They're gloss black. They have nice brass inserts, so if you ever need to check the coolant, you simply remove the screws, check the coolant tank, put them back in when you're done. It's a great way to do it. But those lowers are also going to get these new grills. And we're going to do the same set of grills in the Tour Pack. So everything's now going to match. It's all going to look new. And we're doing the SV165Neos in that Tour Pack as well. That factory ported Tour Pack actually sounds really good when you put a good mid-range, mid-bass speaker in it. And these are going to make it where we have that full enveloping sound. They're going to be powered right, so you're going to hear them very well. Now to top it off, we're going to put that Soundstream HDHU.14Si. It's got about 50 different custom gauge options, so it's going to be really cool as far as the new features, but that Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But on top of all of that, look how beautiful this gloss black radio is. And when it gets put in that fairing, it's going to make this bike look a lot newer than it actually is. Now moving on to our amplifier, we're going to do this Hertz SP4.900. It's completely plug and play and pre-wired all the way down to the connector that plugs into the factory amplifier. So nothing has to be cut, nothing has to be modified. It's going to come already on its Road Glide mounting plate. It's going to mount under the radio right where the factory amplifier would have been. So we're putting it in the right location without having to put anything in the back. And when we move our lowers, we're going to run new lower Y harnesses from the uppers to the lowers, deleting that rear amp that was in the back. We can run up to 8 speakers off of this one amplifier. All right, so keep watching. We're going to do a quick highlight of the install in just a few minutes. I'll let you hear just how awesome it's going to sound. All right, so we need to look at this very carefully because when you order a kit for your CVO, some of them actually have a different lower part that has a true 6.5-inch speaker. And if it does, we're gonna reuse that lower adapter. If you have a CVO and you have these added on speakers that actually snap into the door, and what I mean by that is we're just gonna unsnap this to get access to our fluid. If it unsnaps like this, that is just a little 5 1/4. It's a terrible speaker. We're not gonna reuse this at all. We're gonna replace this with a new adapter. So it's good to know which style you have. There were 2 different options from Harley. We're going to reuse this part if you have the bigger speaker. If you have the smaller one, this is all going to get replaced. At least that's what we have today. So we're going to show you how to install those lower adapters as well. But simply pop it out, unplug it, set it to the side. All right, so this is a newer part for us, and I've gotten where I really like it because we have this flat black portion, so it goes with any of the flat black accents on your bike, but at the same time it has a gloss black outer that looks really good with all of your specials and limiteds that have the painted interferings. But I really like the brass inserts, and the end result looks so good with our grill that matches our Tour Pack speakers. So it's going to look really good installed, as well as those brass inserts allow us not to worry about the tech at the dealership stripping out the speaker screws when they're checking the fluid, as they do that with your service work. So it's going to come, just like you see it here, pretty well already put together. It's going to come with this piece of foam that we're going to have to stick right here. This is just going to give us maybe a little less of a air hole here for everything to escape. These are vented lowers with radiators, so none of this is actually sealed up. This is just going to give us a little bit less of a look into there. All of this is installed. All right, so these are going to be available at Volunteer Audio, and they're actually branded as Kenwood. They're made by Hog Tunes, and it's in conjunction together that they offer those to us. But they're available on our website and an option in most of these packages. So I couldn't help it but to take a second and show you this. So these are those lowers. I called it a 5 1/4. It's not. It might be a 4 that snaps in the bottom of the liquid cooled lowers that you would get back at the dealer. This is the speaker we're putting in. Look at the difference. No wonder this added nothing to the sound or the quality or the volume, and it was just a total waste of money. Most people paid $1,300, $1,400 for that kit to add the amp and those lower speakers. Can you believe it? These are so much better, so much bigger, so much louder. They're actually going to add to the quality of our sound substantially. And it's just embarrassing. I can't believe they ever sold these to anybody for any reason. I want to take a second, I want to show you. Look how much better this new grill looks than our old factory one. It's all faded out and all chipped up. These are only 20 bucks, so even if you went a while and you ended up denting them, maybe your wife gets on and off, kicks them with her shoe, 20 bucks, you get another set. So it's a great deal, easy to replace, makes the bike look so much better. This is a beautiful bike. The only thing that looked out of place, the only thing that looked dated was the audio system. I know this is going to make it look just so much better. All right, so just a few hours ago, we started this process. This bike looks so much better. The new radio makes it look like a 20, 21, 22. I mean, it's just a beautiful bike. He's done a really good job of keeping it up, with the exception of those speaker grills fading, denting, the radio looking terrible. Now it all looks wonderful. It also sounds great too. Now, Volunteer Audio, we're required to play copyright-free music, so I know this isn't your favorite song, but this is going to be one to let you hear just how loud, how clear, how the mid-bass sounds. It's a really, really good sounding bike, and I want to give you something to hear at the end. So we're going to play our copyright-free track, and I hope you think it sounds awesome. Comment below if you do. All right, so this bike sounds amazing. It's loud, it's crystal clear, it's everything that we would want in a system, but now it looks amazing too. If you've got an older CVO and you want to do this kind of upgrade, give us a call at Volunteer Audio at 1-844-30-AUDIO. I'd love to talk to you about it, help you determine exactly what you have, what you want to do, and we can either do one of two things. We can send you a DIY plug-and-play package that you could use these step-by-step videos and follow along to do that install on your own. or you can make the trip here to Tennessee. It's beautiful here in East Tennessee. Great places to ride. We've got the Tail of the Dragon, the Cherry Hill Skyway, the Foothills Parkway, the Devil's Triangle. All these great rides are really, really close to us. We'd love to have you come in. Maybe we could do your build and then give you the weekend to ride and enjoy that new audio system on our beautiful roads. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to Volunteer Audio. I'm warning you, you're probably going to buy some things because I'm going to show you the latest in Harley audio, how to install it, how to use it, and there's a lot of really cool stuff. Like this video, it's going to move us up in search results, which helps us, and I appreciate you doing it because other people are going to be more likely to see our videos. Also, follow us on Facebook. We're going to show you these same videos, but at the same time, I'm going to show you posts where customers bring their bikes in and out. A lot of beautiful Harleys, a lot of cool things posted through Facebook, so definitely follow us there as well. Thank you so much for watching. This is the third bike we've done for Marvin. That is a huge deal to me. And I appreciate all of you that have had us do your systems, or you've bought a system and you tell other people about us, or you return and let us do your bike again. That's the greatest compliment you could ever give us. If you think this bike is beautiful, if you think it sounds great, comment below. Let me know what you ride. Let me know where you're from, what you're thinking about, but let me know what you think about Marvin's bike as well. This CVO is awesome now. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.